little bit of the scenario. Came off the trailer funny and slid kind of up against my house. I got the old girl home and I pushed it in my garage, pulled it in, the warmth to kind of get a better look at it. I'm probably going to do some cleanup work on the inside. Before I do that, I need some gloves so I don't get like an STD. Something just dawned on me right now. And that is, I thought this was all body work that's needed. No, those are supposed to be headlights. This has no headlights. They're down here, so I don't have headlights. They're down there. Isn't that crazy? Not sure that would have really deterred me from buying it. But I don't have headlights. Also, something kind of crazy is how much taller the C3 is, but a lot of it is probably due to, I know these are flat, but these front wheels, like the fenders only go to here. What? And they still have a decent gap. So it could be because I put giant tires on the C3. But also, look at the back. This one's full. And the tire's coming to there. There's like 1.5 inches or so difference in these tires. Initially rolled it in, I thought, man, the C4 is so much lower than the C3. I think a lot of that is due to the tires that I have on it. Now that I understand the headlights are missing, let's take a better look at the engine. It's really quite crazy how low this is. Man, the wiring just needs to be recovered up. What am I gonna do without headlights? I'm gonna have to think through the headlight situation. What am I gonna do without headlights? So another discovery. I think this is unique to the Crossfire, is my guess. I did not know this before. A gap that allows air to come up off the radiator and blow up through these tunnels and then out. And you know how the Crossfire has that crazy square, let me see if I have one. And then it has this whole contraption that sits on top of the engine like this. And it connects those vents to these vents right there. So I did not know that. I've wondered that. I did not know that. Now I know. So maybe I need to leave the engine for now. I just wanted to look at it. I'm a little bit blown away that I don't have headlights. I mean, to find all of the headlights has got to be $1 billion. So maybe for now we close this and hopefully forget about what we have seen on the front of the car. So I'm pretty excited about this, even though it's kind of a rat's nest and I'm scared to touch it. I do have seat foam, if you're wondering. It is wet. I'll pull everything out of the back, lay it on the hood, being ever so careful not to scratch up this pristine hood. Oh look, I got 2 of them. Well, that's odd. I do not want to break that more than it is. Looks like I won't have a choice in a minute. This goes over the gauges. One last thing to purchase. A door. Looks like it might work. Needs to be fluffied up. Here's the cover for the center. That looks like some type of door jamb. These look like speaker mounts, maybe? Nice. Some old ammunition boxes. Speaker housing, some shotgun shells. That looks like a latch. Oh, it's for the rear. Whole bunch of shotgun shells. Man. This does appear to be a car that they went duck hunting in. Things are what the T-top rests in. Not sure I have 4 of them. More shotgun shells. Let's get this ice out before it melts. So there's a pick. Looks like that's probably how you started the car. There is a shotgun shell. Should have been, oh, like this. This is what I want to do. Yeah. And this looks like there's a switch. Whoops. Thankful that I have gloves on at this point. Program the garbage over. Yeah, this is what I wanted. I don't care to know what's in this. This car. Oh. We got more shotgun shells, more wires, more picks. This guy likes picks. And a socket. 9/16. I'll take it. I'm very glad I put gloves on. Cleaned it up. Got it vacuumed out. Turned out okay. Got to do one more vacuum job to it. And lifted the engine up. Let's do that real quick again, just so you can see the issue that I see. The actual engine move. And I also forgot to mention that's a C5 emblem. Remember how I don't have headlights? Yeah, it also has a C5 emblem. I got this new key and cylinder, and I'm going to replace this one and learn how to do that right now. I don't know how to do that, so you take this off. This thing comes off. Yikes. Ooh, I got it. And it did not shoot me in the face. Holy tarnation. Man, all this plastic looks so brittle. Yeah, there's wires that go to this. Oh man, this has screws. This feels like surgery I'm not ready to perform. So that's good, because we're doing it. So a little star bit 25 is holding it in. I'd say 20. Oh, it's not a screw. Ding! Well, I'll be dipped. In with the new. Something mechanical's not letting it turn. Well, things escalated quickly. So I got the cylinder in and it still wouldn't engage like it's supposed to. And it's because this is bent and this is broken. This is your ignition, so when you pull the key, it turns this barrel, rotates this pin, that pulls this in, and this is your ignition. Let's see if I can get it. This was actually bent 90 degrees, so it was bent like this, and you can hear it engage, and the starter pulls and it has a spring. So that's what you're doing when you're activating the key. So I bought a broken column, all good except for this cylinder. So I just took this cylinder off and I'm waiting for that to come. Other news, this was cylinder 8, and cylinder 8 had some liquid in it. I tried to burn it in my fire. It did not burn. So let me show you what I got going on. You're staring at also cylinder 8. And let me get it around, show you what's going on with it. I'm turning the crank. The crank is turning very easy for what room there is. Only smashed my hands a few times. So I filled it full of WD-40 after I had done this experiment. So when the piston's coming up, it's just pushing what smells like water or coolant. So right after I get it past that point, sounds like the lower end's making an incredibly terrible well noise. So hear that creak. So that's coming from the bottom end. I also had one of the spark plugs has this green and gooey, that looks like coolant also, is my guess, or salmon eggs. Overall, I have projects that take precedent over this. One of them is my C3. My hope was to get this going and just use it as a daily driver in the winter to kind of see how it happens. I do have about 3 more months until I can paint my C3. So this week I might fix the steering wheel. I might throw a quick head gasket on, because I can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. I also, let me show you this. Not too clear to me what this guy was doing that had it before me. Got the steering wheel out, but in the ignition, he spliced into this and tied this red wire, and see all these little connections? He also spliced this thing into it. So a ton of relays, and he had it zip tied up there. And then these loose wires were just dangling. And I have some dangling speaker wire, and I have some dangling, what looks to be amp wire. So I unhooked all of these, because I do not know what is happening with this. I do not know what this is for. This was spliced into this, and the red wire connected and went up. Came out right here. Well, it came out of the firewall back here. I pulled it through. This is what it looked like connected over there. And then it comes down to this orange wire, which is significantly different gauge than that wire, or the one that it was spliced into. And then this orange wire runs back through the firewall, and I haven't traced it yet. So I don't know if this is factory either. This is a significantly, it's only a single stranded wire, and it runs into this big wiring harness. It comes out here and does that. So I think I could do a head gasket in like a day and see if that works. I got new plugs and wires for it, but with that amount of coolant coming out, seems like it's bad for business, and I most likely just need to do a head gasket. So I'm sure I'm going to start taking that apart, because I'm an idiot. I thought I was going to be trying to start it. Now there's just so much that's going on with the ignition tumbler, and now a coolant leak. So My guess is, because I'm a moron, I'll probably take that off before working on starting my C3. I have a week. I'm gonna give myself a week on this. See if I can get it going. Fun. I don't know if I can with all this wiring. Anyway, until next time.